ladies and germs. How's it going? It is I. Inspired to do a video in the middle of my lunch hour. Of all the different times that I could have felt like I really wanted to say something about fragrance and upload it to YouTube, now's the time, right? I honestly have been meaning to shoot a YouTube video. I got tagged to do a YouTube video by my man Mario Domes. I gotta apologize to you, brother. This is not that video yet. I don't know why I haven't shot that yet, or why I haven't shot it over since my computer ate it. I was trying to do my little editing thing, give it an intro and an outro, like I used to do for a lot of my videos, and my laptop has just not been accommodating when it comes to putting that kind of effort toward my fragrance content uploads. It started to produce some black screen videos, and I'm not sure why. So I kind of got discouraged. I had like 3 or 4 videos that got lost in the editing process. Now I'm just doing this one real quick because I got the fragrances here. I showed my work buddy a couple of these fragrances that I have, and I'm going to do a cologne comparison for you all real quick, or at least tell you all how I feel about these fragrances that I've got sitting right here. Last week I took a trip to Bloomingdale's at 59th Street. I pass by there every single day on my way home now when I leave work. So on the weekends, on Fridays, I decided maybe I'll take a little time out for myself, stop off, get fragrance samples if I can, and try to get more of the fragrances that I have clones for, so that I can do these kinds of videos a little bit more often. I have, full disclosure, I have a bunch of clones at home that I have the samples for the OG fragrances that I still haven't done these videos yet. So who knows when I'm going to do another one of these. But right now, I felt like it was the appropriate time. I just wanted to do it. I've been inspired. I gave a buddy of mine here at work that's a fellow fragrance enthusiast. He's a cologne enthusiast. I gave him a 30 ml bottle from Alexandria Fragrances of their interpretation, they're inspired by, of Bond Number 9, Scent of Peace for Him, Peace of Mind. And I gotta say, he's wearing that fragrance today, and every time I smell him, I feel like a proud parent. It's an amazing frag. It's one of those Aventus type fragrances. People say it smells similar to Aventus. I don't get that vibe, but it's a winner. It's a straight up winner. Scent of Peace for Him, as you all know, is a $300 fragrance. This bottle from Alexandria is about $30-something if you use their rolling discount, or if you get it on a good weekend discount, or a good holiday discount. So these are incredibly affordable, inspired buys, versions of certain fragrances. And the one I'm going to talk to you about real quick in the next few minutes is Memo Paris African Leather. I wish they would come out with a clone for African Rose, because the flanker for African Leather has got my heart, y'all. I absolutely love the flanker for this fragrance, full disclosure. I love African Rose. African Leather is a close second. It's one of my favorite leather fragrances, and we're getting into that time of the year where leather fragrances are going to be bae. Right now, let's talk about the notes. Both of these fragrances, the notes lists are identical. Memo's African Leather and Alexandria Fragrances version, African Magic, which I got recently. I think I got this about 2 weeks ago. You can't really tell the difference between these two fragrances, but I digress. And for people who are curious about why I'm constantly saying, well, you can't tell the difference, it's not because I'm going to wear this and front like I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this because no one's going to know the difference between the smell. So if I tell people, hey, I'm wearing African Magic by Alexandria, if you want to spend more money, you can buy this version. I keep it real. I let people know I'm wearing a clone 90% of the time. If you smell something on me and it smells like the expensive version, it's not. But if it should be the expensive, if it just so happens to be the expensive version, you know what I'm saying? I'll let people know there's a clone available if there's a clone, because everyone's got to save money somewhere, somehow, right? So you always leave that option open to people. But then there are some people who prefer the original fragrances. So that's when you let them know, hey, I'm wearing this, but it's inspired by this. So you got to keep it real at all times. At least I like to keep it real at all times. But I also like to save money, and I love to smell great. So if there's going to be no difference in the detection of these fragrances, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to tell people I'm wearing this, and it's, you know, a version of this. But this is where my pockets is going to get hit, not these Memo bottles, you know? I decided to get the 30 ml of African Magic. I already knew how African leather smelled. This wasn't like a blind buy or something where I was curious about how the scent smells. I've gotten many different samples of this. I was blessed with a sample of this from Fragged Out Swagged Out, my boy Rico. He's here on YouTube and over on Instagram. I've gotten a couple of them from Memo before. This one was made because she didn't have any ready-made fragrance samples, so she just made a decant for me and sent me on my way. The people over in Bloomingdale's at 59th Street are very generous when it comes to fragrance samples. Even if you're not making a purchase, they like to know that you're satisfied as a customer, potential customer. So they will go out of their way 9 times out of 10 and give you a fragrance sample or make one for you or give you multiple samples of fragrances. Let's talk about this fragrance real quick though. African Magic and African leather. The notes: patchouli, cardamom, leather, saffron, oud, bergamot, musk, geranium, cumin, and vetiver. Vetiver, you all know, being one of my favorite fragrance notes. Leather is another beautiful favorite fragrance note that I have that I pull out in the warmer weather or in the colder weather once the warmer weather goes away. And the leather here is probably one of the best in the game. The leather accord that Memo has for their signature line, for their for their leather fragrances such as African, French leather, Irish leather, Italian leather, Russian leather, Moroccan leather, Oriental leather, ocean leather. The latest one that I got my nose on, Sicilian leather, is another beautiful leather fragrance. And it's a leather freshie that I didn't expect. But to give you a little bit more depth to this fragrance, some people in the community consider this one of the best leather fragrances out there, period. They consider it one of the sexiest grown man leather fragrances out there. And I'm kind of ruining the scent that I got going on today because I'm wearing Cartier Declaration d'un Soir. I absolutely love the rose note in there. I love rose fragrances. You all know that's my top note. If you've never seen my channel or you've never seen my content, rose is bae. I absolutely love rose above all else. That's what hits for me. African rose, the flanker for this, is my top fragrance next to Arofa right now. But we're not going to talk about that yet. That's another video. African leather, one of the best leathers in the game. Give you the OG over here. The opening is pungent. That leather accord. Getting a little bit of saffron, some cumin. The opening is like a medley of the notes folding together. So you're getting a little bit of everything all at once. Certain things stand out a little bit more than others. That leather accord is absolutely amazing here. And we're going to go, on the other hand, we're going to go African Magic. And this is extrait. This is an EDP, Eau de Parfum. This is extrait concentration, extrait de parfum. A lot stronger. Is it going to last a lot longer? Possibly. To be determined, because I haven't given these a longevity test. But this is just a first sniff comparison here. They open. The openings are wildly different. They smell different for this opening. The Memo fragrance is, the quality smells higher. And African Magic, actually, more than anything, you're getting that leather. I'm not really getting here. For the actual African leather, the actual fragrance, the oud is more subdued. I can get the vetiver. I'm getting bergamot here. Early on in the fragrance, I'm getting some bergamot. It's a little bit of citrus here, with a slight bit of oud and maybe some saffron. But over here, I feel like I'm getting more patchouli, saffron, and some oud. I'm not getting any bergamot over here. So the openings for these two fragrances are not lining up at all. And it's not a case of where one is just like a thicker opening where the notes are a little bit more intense. These open very differently on my skin, at least. With one being a sweeter scent with more of the citrus coming out, and the other being a deeper fragrance with more of the darker notes presenting themselves earlier on. Now, how close are these two? How close will they line up in the dry down? Pretty close. I'm pretty sure that eventually this is going to transition a lot closer to this. Smelling them out the nozzle, they smell near identical. But now that they've been sprayed, and yeah, you see I'm getting this leather accord over here is noticeable and it's recognizable. You're getting that Alexandria, or you're getting that Memo signature leather accord. And here I'm still getting more of the patchouli, oud. I'm getting vetiver. It's a little deeper. It's starting to get kind of sweet, but I'm not getting the leather accord the same way that I'm getting it off of the actual Memo fragrance. And that'd be why it's called African Magic and not African Leather, right? But this, it's running way longer than I wanted to for like a first impressions video, because I can't sit here for the rest of my lunch hour and, go deep into these fragrances. But I did want to do a quick first impression and say they're not as close as most clones are, most inspired buys are. They start off very differently. Will they dry down the same? I'm going to have to let you know in the next video. Tune back in to find out. YouTube, thank you for having me. If you checked out this video, if you came back after my month-long hiatus, Mario, homie, I'm getting to your video. I will do that tag video. I need to be tagged in more videos, so I'm definitely going to get down on that tag video. And I appreciate the tag. So I have not forgotten. I've picked the fragrances. I've probably edited the fragrance list 2 or 3 times already. But I'm definitely going to do my 4 seasons video next time I get in front of this camera. Hopefully tonight. But, as with all things, nothing is guaranteed. Thank you for checking out this video if you bothered, or if you were curious about what I got going on. These 2 fragrances drying down. We're going to get back into what it is and what they do and how they make me feel. Right now I can already tell. This is probably not going to be a great replacement for African leather. If you are a fan of that, this is probably not going to hit it for you if you're a super fan of this fragrance. But what I can say is that it is a great fragrance for what it is. It's a great frag for what it is. But right now it's not standing. It is not holding a candle to the OG. And that's a little disappointing, because I love it when they line up accordingly. I love it when they smell close. But anyway, that's a quick 15-minute video. I'm going to give you back the rest of your time for your day. Thank you for checking out my video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.